Hello, can I come in?
Sure, come on in.
Hello, Professor K. How are you?
Fine, very good.
Is it possible for us to make a time machine?
In some sense, we are all time travelers because we move in time, except the question is, can you go backwards in time? But we're all time travelers. Time is like a river. It moves and we are swept in the river of time. But the question is, can the river go backwards? Okay, that's the question. Now, Newton thought that the river of time was uniform, that 1 second on the moon is 1 second on the earth, and time never goes backwards. Time never speeds up or slows down. Einstein comes along and says, nope, that's not true. Time is like a river, but the river can speed up and slow down. Now, recently, we physicists have begun to ask the question, what happens if the river of time has whirlpools? So it comes back on itself and forms a circle, or whether it splits in half and forms two rivers. So, in other words, can the river of time have forks and can the river of time have whirlpools? If that's true, then time travel would be possible. But, well, first of all, what do you think? What do you think about time travel?
I heard that when we move, we go forward in time, but there's no such thing as negative movement, so I don't think we can go back in time.
Well, Einstein says that if the river of time can speed up or slow down, that means that clocks can beat at different rates. So if you put a clock on an airplane and send the airplane flying and have that clock communicate with a clock in your living room, the clock in the airplane slows down compared to the clock in your living room. This has been measured. This is not science fiction. So if you're in a rocket ship speeding near the speed of light, time inside that rocket ship slows down compared to a clock on the planet Earth. So Einstein says that what time it is a function of how fast you're moving and where you are. So, for example, on the moon, we know that time beats faster on the moon than it does on the Earth. On Jupiter, time beats slower than it does on the Earth. And our GPS system measures that every day. The GPS system communicates with satellites going overhead, and time is slower, beats slower on these satellites whizzing overhead. And so GPS has to correct for Einstein's theory of relativity so that you don't get lost. So then the next question is, can you go backwards in time? Not just slow down time, but go backwards in time. And the answer is maybe. Einstein himself realized that if the universe was circular and would spin in a circle, that if you were to go around that circle, you would come back before you left. You would come back yesterday. So Einstein was very puzzled about this, that if the universe was spinning, that means that time travel would be common, that you can spin around the world and come back yesterday. But, said Einstein, the universe does not rotate. The universe expands. In an expanding universe, there's no time travel. However, if you have a black hole, then once again, all bets are off. Now, you know what a black hole is, right?
Yes.
What's a black hole?
A black hole is a star that decayed and nothing can escape out of it.
Right. And at the very center of a black hole, there's a theory that says that maybe, just maybe, gravity becomes so intense that the space time rips and creates a hole through the universe to maybe another universe. So let's take two sheets of paper, put them parallel to each other so one sheet of paper is hovering above the other sheet of paper. Then take a pencil and drill a hole through both sheets of paper. If you are an ant, you could walk around the first sheet of paper, hit the pencil, walk down the pencil to the other sheet of paper. So that's called a wormhole. And maybe you can go to another universe or another time. And so this is a solution of Einstein's equation. In fact, Einstein himself proposed the idea of a wormhole, which is a shortcut through space and time. But we don't know whether that's physically possible. It's just a theory at the present time.
Thank you very much, Professor K.
Well, it's been my pleasure.
Thank you. Also, thank you for listening.